They're looking for their driver's license now. The enforcer asked him if he's been drinking. He said yes, although didn't say how much. Believe it or not, this is a stalled vehicle. Can you believe it? You can see obviously it's adding to traffic. So the two enforcers will now give it a push. I can't believe there's a Porsche. That should at least free up traffic a little bit. And there was just an accident between a motorcycle and a car. BFP are on scene now. Their headquarters are just nearby. I think they might have already resolved the issue. Another ambulance just arrived, but it's too late. The person who was injured has already been moved to the hospital. So that ambulance will roll out, and so will the BFP. Over here is private car versus public bus. The bus and the blue car have made contact on that side. Up ahead you'll see a armored truck that has stalled, and I've heard a tow truck is already coming in to pick this up. While waiting for the tow truck, the enforcer will handle the traffic. Apparently it's the drive shaft that's broken, so it's not going anywhere. They really need a tow truck. And of course it will contribute to traffic because this is only 3 lanes, and it's really coming up to rush hour. So they're just waiting for the tow truck to come in now and pick it up. It's quite unusual for an armoured vehicle to be put on a tow truck for security reasons, but they need to move it off the road and there's no other way to move it. And in the distance here, you'll see the MMDA truck, tow truck stroke rescue truck, coming in now to move the vehicle off of EDSA. So you'll see the rescue guys are just speaking to the driver now. Hasn't opened the door for security reasons. So after looking under the vehicle, they said they cannot tow the vehicle without causing a lot more damage. So they've recommended to bring in a flatbed. That means it won't be an MMDA tow truck, but instead it will be an accredited tow truck. Unfortunately, it could take a while to get here. And here in front of Reliance, this is EDSA northbound. There was a report of a 4-car pileup, although I only see 3 cars here right now, and they do actually have some serious damage. So they must have had a reasonable amount of speed behind them. So apparently there was a 4th vehicle, but since he was at the front, he said, oh well, I don't mind that you bumped me, and then he left the scene, although they do have the details of the driver and the vehicle. In fact, the enforcers made a little diagram here which shows, so at the front was a Hyundai. I'll blur out the license plate numbers, but yeah, that vehicle's already left the scene. The MMDA rescue guys are here, but no injuries, thankfully. The Chevy doesn't seem to have picked up any major damage on the front. You can see this one is really showing a lot of damage, but of course the front is designed to compress in a crash. So you see the MMDA rescue guys will hook this one up to the tow truck, and they'll assist people off EDSA again, the people that are inside the vehicle. They don't want them standing here where they could possibly get hit by a vehicle. And there goes one of the worst vehicles now. It's being towed away by the MMDA rescue truck. And you see they've now cleared all the vehicles and traffic and flow, and they'll work out what to do later about who's responsible, who needs to pay who. I mean, really it's down to the insurance companies, but the MMDA can at least give a report on what they saw when they were here. So here on EDSA northbound, we have a motorcycle and vehicle that bumped into each other. Actually, the vehicle bumped into the motorcycle, but what he's saying is the motorcycle swept in from the outside lane, pulled in front of him, applied the brakes suddenly, and then he bumped the back of him. The thing is, if you don't have a dash cam, it's very hard to prove that that happened, and normally it's the driver at the back that gets the blame for bumping the one at the front. This is a red plate vehicle also. Anyway, the MMDA have come in. They do have CCTV, a lot of CCTV on EDSA, so hopefully they'll be able to see exactly what happened here. Of course, one of the side effects of accidents, especially on a road as busy as EDSA, is it causes heavy traffic. So that's why they need to clear the accident as quickly as possible. Just further along, there's another vehicle. Maybe it's a stalled vehicle or an accident. Let's see. According to the driver of this one, the vehicle is overheated. It's quite a modern vehicle, so it might be a maintenance issue, and it's rush time traffic, everyone trying to go home from work. This taxi has just stopped here. He said he has some water in the back. He's given 2 bottles. Hopefully this will be enough to get this guy at least to the next gas station. So a big thumbs up to this taxi driver for taking the time to pull over and offer assistance, and good thing he has water in the back. And another generous taxi driver just pulled over. He's given a couple of bottles of water. This police officer on a motorcycle has just stopped the taxi. What's happening? They're making way for a convoy. and a private car owner who's just come over. Also, he's got a jug of water. It's really good that people are willing to stop and help. That should now be enough water to get this vehicle back on the move. And you'll see the vehicle is moving again. It should have enough water to get him to the gas station at least. This vehicle is just pulled into the emergency lane now. The vehicle has overheated, but he has water, so he's just going to let it cool down for a while and then go on his way. That's the nice thing about having these emergency bays along EDSA. It gives, you know, somewhere to pull over. There's a signage up there, so if ever you have a problem, ideally this is where you want to pull into, because if you get stuck in the middle of the EDSA, it's really going to cause a lot of problems for people. And there you go, vehicle back in action. Family will load up and carry on their way. Worst case scenario, they can stop at the next gas station. So there's been another bump over here, 2 private cars. Police and MMDA are on the scene now. It's only very minor damage on both vehicles, although this one is obviously bumping quite a bit on the bumper, and it'd be very expensive to replace a bumper. So they'll just be transferring the 2 vehicles now to MMDA Orense, where they can, you know, sort out the details. Both vehicles are drivable, no injuries. And further along, there's a tow truck hooking up to a BMW. I just confirmed now with the towing crew it's a stalled vehicle. And over here, another stalled vehicle. This is on Buendia. This one isn't an overheat, it's a battery failure. It is a manual vehicle, so it could be push started, although the problem is it's on an uphill right now. Right now the man's on the phone to Motorlight. Apparently he's had experience with them before. They'll send someone on a motorcycle to come and jump start it. I don't know if push start is possible just because it's on an incline and it's going to be very difficult to push it up. If it was flat ground, no problem, we could push start this in a matter of 30 seconds. It turns out the man actually has jumper cables, so the enforcer will try and flag down a vehicle now. Anyone that's willing to help, usually taxi drivers will do it, and you can give them a little tip if you're willing. Well, actually, it turns out we didn't need to flag someone down. The vehicle managed to start, so the gentleman can go on his way. And he appears to be fine, so there he goes. We're now at one of the MMDA bases. That's actually a HPG over there. 2 people have come forward on a motorcycle. They said that they lost their bag in the road, and they're asking if anyone's found it, but anyone could have picked it up. A private vehicle, bus driver, taxi, random stranger walking along. Hopefully they'll turn it in somewhere, but who knows where that could be. There's another bump northbound Buendia, and according to the driver of this vehicle at the front, the guy at the back is now. I don't know that, I haven't verified that. So they're thinking there might have been an accident before this one, because he's also got damage on the side, plus he's got that smashed front windscreen. And look at the seat here. Oh, I don't know if you can see on camera, but it's leaning back. Why is the seat leaning back? What was he doing? There's also damage on the other side. I'm not sure if that's also tonight or another night, but there's a lot of damage on this vehicle. On this one, I initially thought that someone might have hit their head here, but you see this damage on the left side? That would suggest that perhaps something else happened. Who knows? It looks like the driver of the vehicle at the back, his girlfriend or wife has just arrived.
Wasak yung aking bumper, inabot pa yung pinto.
Driver doesn't seem in a very good condition. Might have to call an ambulance, although if it's true he's under the influence of alcohol, then that could be part of it, but like I said, I haven't verified that. Right now the vehicle at the back doesn't have any lights, so they're going to ask the girlfriend or the wife to put on the hazard lights. It's EDSA, you know, this is a major obstruction. Okay, there you go, at least now the hazard lights are on, that's something. They're looking for their driver's license now. The enforcer asked him if he's been drinking. He said yes, although didn't say how much. Wow, look at the train! So many people squeezed in! I mean, it beats the traffic, but my goodness. And sometimes the queues, oh, it's so depressing. The driver is now up, although can't walk in a straight line yet. Tow truck was just going past, so the enforcer asked him now if he can pick up the car, because the lady said she doesn't want to drive it. She said she's too shaken up. She wasn't in the vehicle, but it seems like the vehicle has a problem going in reverse. Maybe the transmission got damaged. And you see this wheel here is turning left, but on the other side the wheel is turning right. So certainly something wrong here. Now the vehicles are off EDSA, we can take a closer look at the damage. The wife or girlfriend confirmed that this damage wasn't here before. all the damage on the windscreen, and she said that yes, perhaps he did have another accident before the big accident, but so far there hasn't been any report, but it could come in later.
Walang reserva to. Baka ano yan? Hindi na ito mabubuksan.